Ragtime the Musical drew standing ovations during its 3-week run at the Arvada Center. But when the show closed there, it wasn't curtains just yet.
All right, let's move it out.
Instead, crew members moved in minutes after the final Sunday matinee and worked late into the night, dismantling the entire set and loading it onto trucks. Destination, Lone Tree Arts Center, south of Denver, where Ragtime would enjoy another 2-week run.
It gives us an opportunity to continue with a show that's doing so well and so many people are enjoying.
Taking the show on the road is a first for the Arvada Center.
It's frightening and feels really good at the same time.
With the center's productions achieving regional critical acclaim, it's a step that's been in the works for years.
We're very proud of the work we do, and we are very well received, but we have a finite amount of time that we can run the shows. And so it's always been a goal of mine to be able to increase that audience. So it was really a step in our hopeful growth of the Arvada Center and our productions.
Ready? Yeah, bring it in. Keep coming, slow up, slow, okay, stop.
Even with 4 dozen hands on deck for the strike at the Arvada Center and the load-in at Lone Tree, it takes an immense amount of preparation and planning.
We've done every detail. We've labeled every piece of scenery. We have a count of every piece of hardware that's needed when we put it back together.
With only 3 days to take it apart and put it back together for opening night at Lone Tree, every nut and bolt needs to make it onto the trucks. A 40-foot tractor trailer, 2 box trucks, and a 20-foot flatbed do the heavy hauling.
And a couple of the smaller vehicles will make multiple trips. From the Arvada Center to the Lone Tree Arts Center is 27.4 miles, so they'll be accumulating quite a few miles this week.
Okay, let's go. And go.
Over the next 3 days, we'll be working approximately 40 hours to remount this into the other venue.
They'll even take some of the Arvada Center's own lights along.
One of you guys on the pick and one of you guys to bring 9 and 10 in. I'm going to give you a stop. Part of the challenge with moving the show is we're trying to keep everything close to what we have here instrumentation-wise, because if I use a fixture here that has a 1,000-watt lamp and I switch it to a 500-watt lamp there, then I have to adjust all my light cues.
In contrast to the center, Lone Tree's brand new facility is modernized with LED lights, and using those would require reprogramming the entire show, making the short turnaround impossible.
Hey guys, before you take any more off of line 9, check with Alex to make sure he's caught up.
By Sunday night, the set is loaded and trucks are ready. Bright and early Monday, crews waste no time getting on the road for the 27-mile journey. And the pieces of the puzzle that will become part of Ragtime's turn-of-the-century New York make their way into their new home at Lone Tree.
Take your end upstage a little bit so we can drop it down. It's Monday, October 3rd. It is about 20 minutes after 9. The first scenic truck is unloaded. Electrics has made good progress this morning. Sound arrived about 20 minutes ago, and they're unloading their truck, getting ready to load in the orchestra pit. We just received a call from the trailer for delivery for the rest of the scenery, and we should expect it in about half an hour to 45 minutes.
More trucks, more unloading, more measuring follow. The Arvada Center's tech crews know their business inside out. Getting comfortable inside a new facility takes no time at all, and having a good plan helps. By mid-afternoon on Monday, less than 24 hours after Ragtime closed at the Arvada Center, the set is about to take shape on the Lone Tree stage.
What we're doing now is establishing the main bridge platform on center point, and it's really critical because everything else pinpoints off of that center. So as soon as we establish that point, then everything else will continue to be installed. Another 1.75 inches. And now we need to go stage left, 3/4 inch. 2 more taps like that.
Lone Tree's 500-seat proscenium theater is roughly the size of the Arvada Center, easing the way for the transition. The brand new center is in its inaugural season, boasting of being the only theater between Denver and Colorado Springs to carry regional-level productions. And its lineup includes 2 productions coming from the Arvada Center. Ragtime is the first.
Everything seems to be going well. The pace picked up shortly after lunch, and scenery is beginning to make a lot of progress. The electrics department has made great progress today. Sound department is doing well. And as soon as we get done with all of these big pieces, we'll be more prepared for props, costumes, wigs, and such.
And hours closer to the opening night of Ragtime at the Lone Tree Arts Center.
For the most part, everything's going very smoothly. I think all of the planning that we've done, all the collaborations with the various departments and with the Lone Tree Arts Center, everything's going as planned right now.
From lights and sound to musicians and crew, Arvada Center staff will be running the show at Lone Tree, which will take just a little getting used to. But by opening night, the set of Ragtime is in place, technical bugs are worked out, and the stage is set for another dazzling performance.
It's particularly exciting with this show. It was a wonderful production. It's a very timely piece, and having that extra time in another venue will really not only showcase our talents, but also show an important piece of art in ragtime to a wider range of people.